Hello, my name is Jill Nech, and this is my introduction video for EDL 853 Special Education for School Leaders, and I am currently the 5 through 8 Health and PE teacher at Liberty Middle School in Pratt, Kansas. A little background information about myself. I grew up in north central Kansas in a small town called Kensington, Kansas. After graduating high school, I went to Bethany College in Lindsborg, Kansas, where I played basketball for 4 years and participated in track for a year. When I graduated with a K through 12 health and physical education degree. After graduating, I moved out to southwest Kansas to a town named Hugoton, Kansas, where I taught 7 through 8 health and physical education for 10 years. While I was out there, I obtained my pre-K through 12 ESOL degree. So I'm certified to teach English language learners, although I have not done that yet. While I was at Hugoton, I coached middle school cross country, high school and middle school basketball, and middle school track. I currently teach 5 through 8 health and physical education at Liberty Middle School in Pratt, Kansas. I am starting my 5th year. While I'm here, I've coached middle school volleyball and middle school basketball. I currently serve on our student intervention team, which we meet at least once a month on students that don't qualify for special ed, and they're those students that we want to make sure we have strategies or interventions in place to make them successful. I am obtaining my master's from Fort Hays, and I'm interested in becoming an administrator, specifically an assistant principal / athletic director. Reflection on Liberty Middle School, how the school uses appropriate learning materials and learning strategies for students with special needs. I feel that Liberty does a very good job of facilitating the use of appropriate content-based learning materials and learning strategies for students with special needs. I've taught in 2 different schools, and I believe Liberty has the best special ed teachers hands down. We have 3 teachers for 4 grades, I do believe. One teacher is considered the high needs teacher. She has at least 3 kids that are wheelchair bound and non-speaking, 2 or 3 Down syndrome kids, and then several other of the higher needs kids that get pulled out 2 or 3 hours and go down to her room for specific math or reading help usually. The other 2 teachers split the special education students based off their grade level, so they have the kids that might only get pulled out for an hour or so to come down and get help, or they might not get pulled out at all. They just come down to the special ed room based off their IEP or when they need help. I believe all 3 teachers are very good about getting out in the classroom if the students are having trouble. Right now, we're really short on paras. Our special ed teachers are out in the classroom just as much as they are because those kids need that help. Reflection on my use of appropriate content. I teach health and PE, which means that I usually get all the students, whether they are in a wheelchair, whether they're non-speaking, or whether they're fully functioning. In PE, I make sure that students are incorporated as much as I can in everyday activities. I try to find some way that I can incorporate those students. Sometimes it can be as simple as that student being the pitcher during kickball, or something like that. In health class, I probably do not do as good a job using appropriate content-based learning materials. I do reduce assignments based off their ability, and after looking at this assignment and reflecting on some other classes that I have taken, I feel that I need to do a better job with coming up with appropriate content-based materials. Plans for improving my current practice. I just need to get out and talk to our special ed teachers more often. I need to talk to them about what would be some appropriate learning material for those students. A lot of times I just use the same curriculum. Like I said before, I might reduce assignments or something like that, but I could do a better job of coming up with better materials for those students. One thing that I've learned in the short time I've been taking classes is that I do not have enough discussions with my colleagues. I need to get out there and talk to those special ed teachers, talk to other teachers, and see how they're incorporating appropriate material. One thing that kind of hinders my plan to get out there is I teach almost a completely different schedule than the rest of the teachers. I'm one of the only teachers that has all 4 grade levels. Most of the other teachers just teach 1 or 2 grade levels. So it's hard for me to get out and observe because I kind of have a different schedule than everybody else does. I just need to make it a priority to have discussions to make my teaching more productive and make sure that my students are getting the best out of their education. Like I said before, I just need to get out and have discussions and observe. Funding, I do not believe that funding will impact me accomplishing my plan. It just requires me getting out and talking. I do have a very supportive administrative staff that would allow me to go to conferences if I needed to get strategies to implement appropriate learning materials. And they would probably also allow me to get a substitute for an hour or 2 if I needed to go in and observe other teachers. I feel that I'm very lucky to have a very supportive administrative staff. I look forward to taking this class and learning as much as I can from the people taking it and from the modules that we will complete. Thank you.